Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated.
So,
Nerdcore.
welcome to Every Man's Guide to Nerdom, where we are two 30 to 40-something-year-olds who talk about pretty much whatever we want. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. And if you guys would like to be part of the community, we have a link down in the show notes below for our Discord server. Join the Discord server. Join lots of like-minded, nerdy people to discuss whatever it is that's nerdy that you like, that you want to discuss, whether it's movies, TV shows, anime, ball sports. We got stuff for video games and Funkos and foods and just all the things that you like that's nerdy. We have topics where you can go in there and discuss them. So hop in there, be a part of that. If you'd like to join Chris and myself both live and in person, we stream on Twitch occasionally. You can find Chris over there under Guyver Unit 01, GYBER UNT 01, myself under KSIG, K_SIG. After you like and subscribe to whatever or however you're listening to us right now, go find us on Twitch and do the same thing so you can be notified when we go live, because it's pretty irregular, just like Chris's bowel movements. So
no, those are regular.
Those are
everything else that's not regular anymore.
Fiber.
Look at the fiber content on this.
Sponsor us, Metamucil. Screw you, Chassis.
Forget you, Chassis.
Yeah, we're moving on to the new fancies.
We'll
like Metamucil.
Chassis, we'll never leave you.
I did. I'm a gold bond man again. So.
No.
Oh, hell.
Oh, what?
So do that. But yeah, so it's still spooky season for a few more days.
It is still spooky season, but before we get to spooky season, we're going to get to listener season.
Oh, yeah, we got a new listener of the week.
Listener of the week is Mr. John, Mr. We Found the Body on Twitch.
Yeah.
Good buddy of ours. Body streams Monday through Fridays, usually 12 to 5 Central Time. Check him out. We Found the Body. We actually did a podcast with him.
Yeah, he was on
an interview with him
on an episode about this time last year, give or take a few weeks.
So he's a great guy. He streams pretty much. I'm trying to think of what genre. Right now, he's doing only spooky games since it's spooky season.
There's
but usually
he'll
do like Tarkov and like Hell Let Loose, stuff like that.
Yep. So go check that out if you like that stuff.
Yeah, go give him a follow.
Lots of energy.
We're not going to tell you give him biddies, but I'll tell you give him some biddies. Just show your appreciation.
Where is the love?
Where is the love? It's in my biddies. So, Mr. We Found the Body, thank you very much.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks, sir. What are we talking about today?
So we last week we did an episode over how to survive an 80s summer camp horror movie, and
this is our Halloween episode now.
And this is the Halloween episode, because Halloween's in 2 days as of date of recording. And so we're going to carry on with this survival thing, because I think we gave very mediocre advice, which is better than anybody else is giving right now. Nobody else is telling you how to survive the 80s.
Nope.
Let alone 80s horror movies. We're being really specific. So we're sticking with the 80s theme, because I feel like those are probably the most survivable horror movies. Honestly.
Next year we might do 90s.
We might do 90s. 90s slightly more survival. I think 70s very difficult to survive. 80s, if you were smarter, you could. 90s, it got difficult again. 2000s, it's like, you know what? They're not going to let you survive. You don't have a choice.
As long as you squealed like a pig in the 70s, you survived.
Well, you had that. You had to, compromise here and there. But the 80s, I think the 80s were very survivable. And so we did summer camp movies last week. And we've got...
This one is very similar. We're going to put the other one in the old spank bank for next year.
Or we may just do a follow-up. We can do,
No, not spank bank.
No, that's not the right term at all.
That is not the right term.
The
Survival
vault.
bank?
We'll stick it in the vault.
Stick it in the vault, like Disney.
Like Disney. I mean, we
like
could
Disney's spank bank.
You know what? Spooky season can be as long as we want it to be. If we wanted to do it again next week, we could. We may not, but
Has anyone listened to our intro said we talk about pretty much whatever we want?
yeah, this is our show. This is our rules.
If you guys
Dang
are
it.
cool with it.
Yeah. The only place we have control as creeping up on middle-aged men. So
It's true.
we'll have to change that intro before long too.
Okay, so
yes. Cabins is it cabin in the woods or cabins in the wood?
cabins is
Multiple cabins. The cabins are different. But
cabai.
the cabai in the woods movie genre of horror stuff. So when I say that, what do you think of, Chris? Like, what movies are your cabins in the woods as movies is?
Warm taco sandwiches.
What?
Oh, not the first thing I was thinking of.
No, first
So
okay. Of that genre of movies, cabin in the woods,
Evil
horror.
Dead.
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead's number one. Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods is another one. Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
I Spit on Your Grave.
Mm-hmm. Let me see here.
Last,
I'm
what is
gonna
it?
pull up
Last
a whole
House
list.
on the Left or Last House on the Right? What's it called?
I think that was more a house. There we go. 15. Let's see what IMDb has to say about it. We got Evil Dead as number one. The Witch. Cabin in the Woods. It Comes at Night. Mandy. I don't know Mandy. The Evil Dead reboot. Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
One of the Friday the 13th. That's arguable. Antichrist. The Ritual. Cabin Fever. I forgot about that movie.
Which was Cabin Fever?
It had Eli Roth. 5 college graduates rent a cabin in the woods and begin to fall victim to horrifying flesh-eating virus, which attracts unwanted attention of the homicidal locals. Okay.
Is that... Oh, no. What's the one I'm thinking of? The one where it was in the water because the dead body and the dog ate the girl.
That might be that one. Directed by Eli Roth, has Jordan Land, Ryder Strong, James DeBello. I don't really remember anybody specific from. I do remember watching that in high school, though.
I remember watching it. Yeah, and like the German Shepherd ate the girl.
I don't think either one of us are familiar with this one. Tonight She Comes, and then we have I Spit on Your Grave, Wicked Little Things.
I told you I spit on your grave.
And a classic horror story from 2021. So a lot of newer, but they feel kind of 80s-y. You know, I still go with Tucker and Dale versus
Evil. To be fair, you just asked, what do you think of Cabin in the Woods?
That's true. I didn't throw the 80s on there.
No.
That's my bad. My bad. So,
but mostly like the first thing that almost 99% of us think of is
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. Like whether it's the old ones, the remakes, any of them. Or the remake, because I guess the remake one is Apartment. Yeah. That'd be Suburban.
They weren't very woodsy for that one, if I remember right. So,
although they did use a broom handle.
You know,
and a broom handle's made out of wood.
That counts.
Wood comes from trees. There are trees in the woods. Bears do thing in the woods.
They pee. Or they get peed on from the barbecue sim that we played.
That was mostly us just peeing on our burgers.
Just peeing on those.
So we're going to talk about how to survive a cabin in the woods style 1980s horror flick. And I guess have a final girl.
You have a final girl? Or you're going to be a final girl?
We could find one.
You get to be the final girl.
We'll just put a wig on Chove. And I'll go, want to pet that dog?
I want to pet that dog. That's how he's going to get killed. Oh, we actually have something about dogs on here. Okay. So we got rules, we got suggestions, we got ideas, we've got things.
So let's set it up. Every 80s cabin in the woods style horror movie.
Yep. Not necessarily from the 80s, but to get that 80s feel.
80s feel. You have the sexy teens wanting to party or to get out of town. You have the reluctant teen who really doesn't want to. They just broke up with someone. Usually. And then, of course, they're stopping to either get directions, gas up. Someone has to pee. Someone has to get some munchies. So they stop at a gas station.
Mhm.
An old man or an old woman gives them some sort of, would you call it foreshadowing? Or a warning?
I would say warning / foreshadowing.
They always give them that. And then they're on their way. And then inevitably, what happens, Kyle?
They ignore the warnings. And they here's that, like, they ignore the warnings, like, oh, they said we shouldn't go here. Anytime a weird old person, or just an old person in general, this is good life advice. If an old person gives you advice, heed the advice. If they give you a warning, okay, so we're going to, like, this is kind of
especially an ominous warning.
Way down the list. Listen to ominous warnings. You got this way down there. I think this should be number one on every single one.
Or if a wise old Indian tells you, just like at summer camp, it's probably the same Indian.
Probably.
It's all probably his land or her land.
It's all West Studi.
West Studi.
Yeah.
And he's just wandering his land, and then he sees you and he's like, how are you here? This is my land, but watch out. Don't piss on the totem pole.
Mm-hmm.
Or, don't go bury your friend in the pet cemetery.
No, I mean, they tell you that, and like, oh, here we goes again. Like,
I should probably do this. I heard good things. It was in my Cliff Notes. No, don't do it.
Mm-mm.
So, rule number 1.
Bring extra fuel.
Why?
So you don't have to stop at the gas station.
Exactly.
Simple. This would, like, rule out every cabin in the woods style. We should probably include, because of the gas station precursor House of a Thousand Corpses in this. It's not really a cabin, but it's the Killer Family, Texas Chainsaw Massacre style. Same concept.
Yeah,
right. You get warned and you end up at a place. And so I think if people are properly fueled with gasoline and or diesel, depending on what you're driving, or they bring extra fuel, they bypass the creepy station.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, I would think modern survival right now would be, if they don't have pay at the pump, keep going. Because I really don't think that the ominous warning thing is going to happen.
If it's full service.
If they accept Visa. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Or if it's full service, or if it's like
full
the gas
service,
pump
see ya.
that has
New Jersey.
The gas, or the glass tube where you can see, like, okay, we're going to pump it up here. And now I got 5 gallons and rush it through. No.
The guy who comes out, if it's full service, either in the little attendant's hat, or he has one good eye.
If the amount of teeth he has equals the first number in the cost per gallon of gas, it's a bad sign.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or if they have less than, like, I would say 8 teeth. Okay. You can get by with 2 gone. But I think if you got less than 8, there's probably a really good.
I've been saving this one. I call this one Old Chopper.
Old Chopper.
So yeah, there's our number 1 rule. Number 2. Bring a spare tire. You're gonna pop a tire. You always do. You always get a flat. Keep it aired up. Bring a spare.
Mm-hmm.
Anything to add to
that? At least one spare. Know how to change the tire.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. I mean, and have the tools to change it.
Have the tools. Be prepared. Okay, be prepared. Have the right 4-way or whatever you need. Like, have a jack. If someone the part that you're thinking of comes later in the list.
Oh yeah,
wrong 4-way. Also wrong jack. So if you
the pieces fit together. Okay.
So yeah, be able to change your tire for one, because that's how they get you. This is gonna be a lot of this. Like, that's how they get you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Next, load up
beef
jerkies.
This is another good life rule. Anyway, just have beef jerky. It lasts.
It's protein.
Lots of protein. Good source of protein. clean pretty well. You get a lot
It'll
of
stay-
sodium though. There's that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sodium in beef jerky, but I think
get turkey jerky then.
or that turkey. It's still gonna be salty, right? It's gonna be salty because it's jerky.
Yeah.
Like if you're sensitive to salt,
Get low sodium turkey.
low sodium jerky. There you go. Yeah. Splurge a little bit. Get the hickory barbecue, whatever. Have jerky, snacks, something.
Just have something.
Yeah.
I can have pine nuts, something.
Something, trail mix. Okay, so you got food. You have
Mhm.
reliable transportation, so you should not be having to stop anywhere now. But let's say you ignored step 1, step 2, and step 3. You forgot the extra fuel. You stopped at the gas station. You talked to the creepy old man with 3 teeth. And they're like, oh, don't go to the house by the hill. But you suddenly have a flat tire at the house by the hill, and you don't have a way to change it. So now what do you have to do? You have to walk to the house at the hill. Because it doesn't matter if we're going 80s or modern. Cell phones aren't going to work, right? They magically stop working when you're in. That's another sign. Like if you're like, oh, my cell phone doesn't work, I should walk up to this creepy house for help. The hell you do. You walk on and stay on the highway.
They didn't have cell phones at that point, though.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, this carries over to
in
even
general,
modern.
yes.
Yeah. And John, this should be in the AAA roadside handbook. There should be AAA should release like a how to survive a roadside massacre. Well,
I agree.
like, anyway, like how the CDC did the zombie survival thing.
Yep.
Like I think AAA could do that. Okay, so let's say you totally ignored our advice, and now you're at this weird cabin in the woods, or you made it. Even that, because this works like if you're at the weird house, or you're going to the vacation cabin. Because that's usually what they're doing. They're going out to have a good time. And the old man like, oh, don't do that, and they end up at the cabin. Okay, so now you're at the cabin. Our adult ADHD has been kicking in. We're all over the place. So now you're at the cabin. And you've settled in, you're having a good time. It's dark, obviously, because it's a long drive to wherever you're going.
Right. But you're still in the car.
You're still in the car. All right. And you hear like a come outside and play with us. Something.
Or
That's just Chris farting in the car because he's nervous. He gets the nervous toots. Did you guys hear that? You're like, I got nervous.
I got nervous bowels. My bad, Red.
I have an agitated sphincter. I can't help it.
I can't help it. I can't help it, Red. Oh, you hear that noise? What do?
Well, you don't investigate.
Stay in the damn car.
Stay in the damn car.
Lock the doors.
Hear a noise outside after dark? Ignore it. But what if it's raining?
Stay in the car.
Okay, so you ignore that. Stay in the car if it's raining. That's fair.
Because you know that they're not thinking ahead. They're not thinking ahead to begin with. They're not bringing beef jerky or knowing how to change a flat tire. So you know they're not bringing an umbrella or a poncho.
Bring a poncho. They're not bringing any type of protection. It's a bunch of college kids going to a cabin. They're bringing weed and like Bush Light and like Goldschlager. That's what they're bringing.
Wear a poncho.
Wear a poncho, right? Protect yourself before you wreck yourself.
Even if you're wrecking someone, wear the poncho.
If there's snakes or anyway.
Just wear the damn poncho the entire time.
We're not running that joke. So, okay.
Chris, why are you wearing that poncho? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. I'm trying to stay safe. Okay, so now we go inside. We're partying. We're having a good time. We're looking around. There's wood floors, old cabin. It's cool, right? Not creepy at all because we're out in the cabins. And somebody trips over the rug. The rug rolls up like, oh my gosh, what is that? And you see two, and there's like some hinges and like maybe a little handle. Like, oh, that was a hatch. I never noticed that before.
That seems like a great idea, Kyle. Should we investigate it?
No, you ignore it. Ignore the hatch. You find a hidden basement, ignore it. Do not
Especially
go.
for a cabin you didn't rent.
It's true. What if you inherited it? It doesn't matter. If you were not aware, even if it was the cabin that you grew up in and you visited as a child, and you're like, I don't remember this basement being here. Don't freaking go in the basement. Never go in the basement or attic. Cabins usually don't have attics. They got like lofts. But the upstairs thing is more for the slasher survival, right? Don't run upstairs. This is more for a cabin in the woods. Don't go downstairs. Applies to it. Don't do it.
No, it's cool. You find a hidden room. Okay, there. Oh, who'd we rent this house from? Oh, H.H. Holmes. I'm sure this is going to turn out well.
Yeah. S. Atten. Who's S. Atten? It's a weird last name, Atan. He must be Polish. So there's.
Hey, it says pull here for shower.
Yeah. Good God.
Acid bath.
No. We rented a house from Lucy Fur. Lucy Fur got it on Airbnb. Really good deal.
Don't worry about it.
66 a night. It's a steal.
Don't worry about it. She's a burlesque dancer.
People are dying to rent this place. There it is.
Thank you. They're here the rest of eternity.
All right. So ignore the creepy basement because nothing good happens in the basement ever.
Nope. Hey, look. Kyle. Oh, look. There's a friendly dog that's been hanging around outside.
Maybe I should pet it. I won't pet that dog.
Oh, pet the dog.
Mm-hmm.
No. You know, I got a better idea. Fucking run.
Yeah, you run. Chof.
No good ever comes from a stray dog in the middle of the woods.
Chof would get excited. He's like, oh, look, this dog has 3 heads. Triple the petting fun. No, don't pet the 3-headed dog, Chof.
Wait, why is it breathing fire? Oh, he just had some jalapenos.
Yeah,
no. It's great when he's guarding the gates to hell.
Yeah, that's not mange, buddy. So.
Is this Anakin Skywalker's dog?
And so you get away from you did the thing, you ignore the dog. You're like, okay, the dog is away. And now we're kind of looking around outside and the trees are moving, but the wind's not blowing.
It's weird. Wait, wasn't that oak that's in front of us 10 miles back?
That tree looks really familiar.
I carved my initials in it. I'm sure that didn't piss it off.
No.
It's
the roots are moving around.
weird.
We should investigate that. No,
yeah, let's get out and go hug the tree.
Same thing. Trees start moving. That's your cue to go home.
You
right?
yell
all
fuck
this other
Arbor
stuff.
Day and you run.
Yeah. Trees come to life. Ignore it. Time to go home. Find the trap door. We've already said that. That kind of falls with the hidden basement because you got to have the trap door for the hidden basement. And I think, or is that something different? The cellar, basement, kind of same thing. It's cool.
Same thing.
Whatever. Well, now I'm lost out in the woods, Chris, because I got scared by the living tree that had your initials carved in it for some reason. Like you heart yourself.
With a heart with your initials on it, too.
And just your initials heart your own initials. Like
Wait. Like Loki.
Yeah. You low-key love yourself.
I low-key love myself. I look out. Why?
So now we've survived the tree thing. We're like, whatever. And I'm wandering in the woods. Like, hey, look at that handsome fellow over there with the beard and the hat. He's a good-looking guy.
He looks exactly like me.
He looks just like me. I should go make friends with him. Should I do that, Chris? Yeah.
Yeah. No, don't do that.
But why not? He's handsome.
Because you're not a twin. You know you're not. Why not? He's handsome. It's okay. I'm handsome.
Look at that handsome guy.
No, muy macho. Not too beautiful.
Too beautiful.
But no, no good ever comes of a twin that you didn't know you had.
Yeah.
Like Hugo.
I always wanted a twin brother. No? I don't get to have that?
No.
Okay, well.
Don't have that.
Damn it.
I thought I heard something. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Don't investigate. Ignore it.
I should probably go investigate.
Follow the rules, Chris.
Hold on. I'm going to go investigate.
Well, and this is the last we ever
I'll be
saw
right there.
Chris.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. So now it's a solo show. Now I get to do everything. What do I want to do now? It's weird. Chris isn't here. Now I got to fly. Okay. Well, we found somebody that looked like us. We ran. What? What are you doing? Antman? No. Yes. Wait, is that it? Where'd you get that?
We
You
have
always had
found
that?
Chris. He's handsome. Don't go looking for him in the basement.
Did you find Chris 1 or Chris 2?
It's Chris 2.
Chris 2. Yeah, he's the better Chris. We'll keep
Chris
him.
1 was defective.
Yeah, give us Chris 2 back. So we've covered the doppelganger. I
I don't know if I feel insulted or not at this point. And yes, that
Hmm.
was Ant-Man.
I thought it was. It was kind of cutting in and out a little bit, but it looked very Ant-Man-y.
It was Ant-Man.
Okay, so we covered the doppelganger. All right.
Oh yeah, here's a good one.
Okay.
So you're worried. You're like, I got to get back. I got tests on Monday.
Mhm.
I'm not getting any. You know, I'm like the 6th or the 7th one here.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else is a couple. And they're like, nerd, don't worry about it. Or you're trying to get what the plan is for the weekend. What do you do from there, Kyle?
If they don't have a plan, or they're like, hey, don't worry about it. It's time to go. Time to leave. Right?
Yeah.
Time to get out of there. Your friends don't plan for the inevitable murder horror show that's going to happen when you go. Like, I think about this when I go camping. Like, what if, Bigfoot decides to go all like extra crazy, finds a chainsaw and goes tearing through camp? I need an escape plan.
Or it makes you miss
We've
his
been
Bigfoot. He'll split you like a tree.
Mm-hmm.
With his log. He'll make you lumberjill. You're not even thinking about that now.
Lumberjill. I don't even want to think about it.
But yeah, if your friends have a plan, see ya.
Yeah, you gotta have a plan.
Yep.
Okay.
Here's another good one. You're in that cabin, you're in the room, or heaven forbid, you investigate that trap door.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a whole bunch of toys in there. Out of the package.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say, like, are they still sealed? Like,
no,
are they
out of the package?
And like, do we need to bring those back? Like, that's the best way to kill a bunch of nerds at a cabin.
Yeah.
Like, if you like, you know what? They're probably not going to fall for all these other tricks. They're not going to fall for the possession. They're, like, we want to try to get this, like, if I'm a demon, okay, I'm a demon and like I need to possess all these nerds. They're going to know all the rules, and I need to really try to find a way to get my demonness to follow them home out of the woods. Like, hey, I want to go take over and do some urban exploring and killing.
Zuzu.
I am going to possess some type of rare unopened action figure, playing on a shelf. Not in prime view. I'm not going to make it obvious because these nerds are going to be smart. But like, it's going to be a little bit dusty. It's going to be behind like a can of oil or something, where like it's going to be kind of seen, but not, but just enough of it to be like, is that an original Luke Skywalker?
It is.
And they're going to grab it and they're going to take it home, and then I got them.
That would make for a very anticlimactic horror movie too. It's like you walk in there and all the toys are still in the boxes, like sealed, factory sealed.
It's like that
it would scare the shit out of you, but at the same time, it's like
all the, or maybe all the Buzz Lightyears bust free, like in Toy Story when they're all in, like they're in the toy store.
Yes.
Like, oh, now you got a million of them.
Let's see, what would have that been in that time period? My Pet Monster. What was it? Gross Balls? Oddballs? Stretch Armstrongs.
Yeah, just
so it would not
that would be the easiest possessed toy to destroy. You just like stretch, like they don't stretch that far, like pretty far, but you can get out of range, and then you get a hold and you just give them a little extra tug, and then they explode. Fine.
You speak from experience, sir.
I set myself up again.
Yep, you did. Yes. Thank you for joining us again, folks, for Kyle's true stories of camp experiences. Give it a tug and it explodes. Lessons for Life by Kyle.
Let's pretend there's no toys. Let's pretend there's no toys. But hey, we're nerds. We like books.
Mm-hmm.
There's a cool...
look, it's the manual for the Millennium Falcon.
Mm-hmm. It looks like that. It's bound in this weird, really odd smelling leather. Any leather bound books in a cabin in the middle of nowhere, that's not going to be like cow skin.
It's not leather.
Well, it is.
Yeah, it is.
It's not.
It's not the kind in your car.
No.
Okay. Hopefully it's not the kind in your car.
The pleather? The vinyl?
No, I'm
real
saying
leather.
if it's
Okay.
like the Necronomicon,
Mhm.
Necronomicon, if it's the same, if that's the same leather in your car, you probably shouldn't hang out with us.
What if it's a hearse? Like that would be kind of appropriate. Right?
Okay, yeah.
I think you
I
get a
could
pass
see
with a
that.
hearse. Yeah.
I,
But
okay.
the creepy
touche.
book, the book itself, don't open it. Don't read it. If somebody's like, hey, I speak Latin, you tell them to shut the hell up. All right. Anybody that do not bring anybody that speaks Latin or like can kind of read, like, what is it, Sumerian? Or,
Well, that goes along with our other one.
where was that at?
It's second to last.
Oh, well, even if you do understand, like they understood it a lot of the times.
Yeah.
But
even
okay.
if you don't read it out loud.
Mhm.
Keep it to yourself. We don't want to hear it.
Yep.
So,
but yeah,
next.
don't bring anybody that speaks Latin if they're studying for a Latin test, they're a Latin major.
They're not your friend.
You would think that like maybe, well, it's a good idea to bring somebody along that's like going to med school. No, they got to learn Latin too, and they're going to be able to read the thing. So that's a kind of that puts you in a spot though. Like, do you bring the medic guy or do you bring the guy that can read Latin? Doesn't matter. Any ancient language readers or understanders, just leave them at home because they're
If
going
they're
to
bilingual, leave them at home.
because they're going to want to show off to freaking Susie cheerleader over there. Like, look how well I can read Latin. This is in the Latin tongue. And that's
The
what they're
guy
going
who
to say.
speaks Latin is the equivalent of the 90s and 2000s guy at party with guitar.
Yes. Yeah. It's just like they're getting ready to bust out Wonderwall. Don't.
Yeah. He's like,
or even more.
you say, if a difference.
Not pig Latin. I speak pig Latin.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad, eh? Now I'm speaking Canadian. Sorry, body.
A. Just a lot of A's at the end.
A lot of A's at the end.
What's this one? He's not that cute. You talking about my twin in the woods?
Yes, he's not that cute. When I say he's not that cute, you inevitably find that guy who's willing to help you out.
Oh, after they become possessed.
And either it's the sluttiest girl's like, oh, look at his body. He really wants me to do things with him. Or the guy's like, yep, like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's like tweaking himself.
He's what?
You heard me.
Okay.
He's tweaking his own nips.
Mm-hmm.
He's not
so
that
scary.
cute. Yeah.
Oh.
He's got like the demon tongue just going.
Mm-hmm. You're not helping the case, but yeah.
But he's not that cute. Odds are he's gonna kill you.
Oh yeah.
Or your friends, or all the above.
Everybody's gonna die.
He's not that cute.
He's
not that into you.
He's not that into you.
Next. There's always a bus.
Is it okay? I want you to explain this one in a little bit more detail. I'm curious about this.
Because there's always some sort of bus around the areas that they're in the woods. There's an abandoned one. They always pass a bus driving in, like somewhere. They see some sort of bus
like
or
a
some
tour
sort
bus?
of vehicle.
Or like a van? I'm thinking vans. You see
Van
vans
or
a lot.
bus. Like you see, there's a lot of buses. Like there's I'm trying to remember this one horror movie I watched not too long ago. But they would use the bus to bus in their livestock back and forth. They always have a bus or some sort of van. We'll say some sort of vehicle, large vehicle with keys that you remember seeing, and it's there.
And they just
find the
leave it.
bus, find the van. Know where it is at all times.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably under a tarp.
Oh, if you find okay, there you're kind of in a little conundrum there, right?
Okay.
It's under a tarp, but do you check under the tarps? It feels like checking under the tarp is really similar to looking in the basement. or opening the
You can
hatch.
check under the tarp as long as it's when you first get there when you're exploring. You know these assholes are gonna go explore.
Okay.
If you do it at the beginning, you're okay. Anywhere past the first 25 minutes, don't do it.
Like real life timer or movie timer?
Movie timer.
Okay. That's something else we need to kind of figure out is movie time to real life time. How does it translate? What does it all
that's
mean?
a tough one. Because movie time is going to be sped up. So I would
Unless
say
it's that, what was that one movie that was all done in one shot? That one horror movie? Like it was one continuous shot.
I know what you're talking about. It's driving me nuts till we figure it out.
I'm going to look it up really quick while you ponder over that.
Okay, so let's just for argument's say that movie time for every hour of real time, movie time is 12 hours.
I think that's fair.
Let's say that.
Okay.
Because, we're there for an hour and then 12 hours have passed. Because it could be sped up too. It could be 24 hours. That would be fair too. But usually this is just one night.
I'm still trying to find that one shot movie and I can't find it. And I've watched it. And I don't remember the name of it.
Well, you keep looking.
One shot horror movie.
One shot horrors. Next, here's
Home Sweet
really...
Home. Was that it? Yes, it was Home Sweet Home. Where evil
the one
live.
you and I watched, the Korean one.
No, not the Korean one. That one was terribly awesome.
We watched that.
Hold on, no, this is a new one, freshly announced. This is from like July. Home Sweet Home, Where Evil Lives. Will be a one-shot horror film told in real time. That's cool.
It's not out yet then.
No, it was just announced, but it's not out yet. So that's not the movie I was thinking of. Was it just one shot? It wasn't one shot. Oh, well, anyway, where were we?
Next. So good rule of thumb in an 80s horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
They're all sitting around drinking. It's inevitable. Someone or someones have a terrible, deep, dark secret. What do you do, Kyle?
You hold it inside and let it fester and build up until it explodes in a fit of rage and you stab all of your cabin mates.
What would you do the next time you get invited on a trip?
Not bring up the first time I went on the trip and killed all my cabin mates. That's how I survived both of them.
That's fair. I just killed them all before they got me.
Mm-hmm. What about your last trip? Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I don't like to talk about it.
There was no last trip.
There was no last trip.
Billy. My name's not Billy.
This is the last trip.
Billy.
Ring.
You confess your sins.
Mm-hmm.
Who
you
the
tell everybody all the bad things that you've done.
You do it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell it to everyone. You do it early. You don't wait till the last minute. Oh, by the way, I ran over this hitchhiker a year ago on this very same road, and he used to own all the land, and he was a shaman. I killed him, and then everyone's like, "Oh, okay, that's cool."
I was just thinking, like, randomly ran somebody over, or like, "Oh, you remember when the janitor died? Yeah, we put something in his coffee."
What was it? It was a Pocky chip.
We swapped out his diabetes medicine for sugar pills.
What kind? It was cane.
Yeah. Also swapped his insulin for heroin. It was a whole thing. Yeah,
that's
going to come back. Like, if anybody's accidentally killed somebody or a prank gone wrong, go back to summer camp. If you were involved in a summer camp prank that went wrong, and now you're going with your summer camp friends to stay in a cabin, somebody's going to die, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, somebody actually survived that prank. You just don't remember it. You didn't know it.
That trip.
Mm-hmm.
Do not do it.
Nope.
Stay at home. Do your homework.
This isn't on the list, but if you've survived if you've already survived a horror type experience and there was more than one of you that survived, don't go to anything ever again together. Like you marked up, like we made it. We have to go our separate ways. We shall never see each other again. Because that's how you end up in a damn sequel.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
So, yeah.
Where are we here?
Yeah, you're good. That's a good point. If you have to go to the bathroom and you're doing it out in the woods like a bear, or you're going for a walk in the woods, don't bring your Walkman.
No, this is 80s, so it's got to be a Walkman. I think they're coming back though.
Yeah, they are. Don't
iPods
bring your
are
Walkman.
retro tech now. I saw.
Don't listen to it. Don't cover your ears.
You need all your senses, especially hearing.
Because it's inevitable.
Inside.
It's that 80s movie. It's
yeah. And I would walk
Roxanne. You don't have to pee out the fire. Roxanne. Listen, you need to be aware of your surroundings. This is why people who have earphones in or like AirPods when they're driving drive me nuts too. You need to be aware of your surroundings.
Well, yeah, man, it's like a thing that I see people with them in all the time, like constantly, like walking wherever, and like I don't know if like they're always listening to music or what it is, but like you're losing that sense, and like that in real life that bugs me because you don't know you lose your awareness of things going on around you, and people become completely oblivious to so many things. And working in a school, I see that all the time. Like,
like it's not even that they're lost in thought; they're just lost and they don't want to talk to you or be aware or anything else.
Yep.
Which is fine if that's your choice, but it still drives me batty.
Yep.
So yeah, don't listen to your Walkman. So
you need those senses.
It's cold. It's a cabin in the woods in the 80s. Odds are there's no central air and heating.
Very likely. Or unlikely that you have it. You're going to have a fireplace and that's it, and open a window.
And you'll have a fire pit outside probably.
Yeah, which you should not use.
Definitely do not use.
Somebody's going to fall in it or get thrown in their sleeping bag.
It's cold. Let's say you're on a trip with 5 dudes. What do you do, Kyle? It's cold at night.
Yeah, you get into a big old spoon pile and you stay warm and you don't talk about it when you get home.
You do not look each other in the eyes and you just spoon for warmth. You do not go sleep off by yourself in the garage.
Nope. You just suck it up. You make it till morning. You go home. You never discuss it again. You avoid any eye contact with said friends.
And then, yeah, there's that. Next, you have 2 friends that died.
Okay.
Right. And then all of a sudden, here comes this friendly guy with glasses. He calls himself Bed Tundy.
Bed Tundy.
Bed Tundy.
Sounds like a cool new friend.
Bed Tundy. He's a great friend. He wants to take your picture out in his cabin in the woods.
I'm down.
It's down the way.
Oh, he's got his own cabin?
He's got his own cabin.
Sounds
so he
reliable.
Claims. But when he leads you to his cabin, he tries to push you in the well. Fuck new friends.
Yeah, this goes back to pretty much everything. Anytime we got this, we'll talk about the slasher thing, the summer camp. Yeah, you don't need new friends. No, you barely need the ones that you have. If they're not going to spoon with you for warmth, and they're not going to share their plans for world domination, or they like to pet random dogs in the woods, you don't need new friends. You don't need old friends. It doesn't matter.
We're the only friends you need. Damn it. So yeah, there's that, and then forget new friends. Next. We already went over that one. This one would not count since it's the 80s. I don't know why I put that on there.
Oh, the cell phone thing?
Yep. Unless they had a cell phone in a bag. You're always going to have that one rich kid in the group.
Yeah. Yeah, they're the ones that are going to get you in trouble because they've got a lot of pin-up issues.
Mm-hmm. Well, make sure you know where their cell phone in a bag is and make sure it's charged. Like, be like,
oh, there we go. I scrolled down. I was on the wrong line. I was up on Slasher. I'm like, this makes no sense.
Like, oh, hey, Banner, let me see your phone, and then run off and go charge it.
No. Bring a battery bank.
But those didn't exist in the 80s.
Well, then it doesn't matter. We're lost. We're dead now. The bag phone. You can't have really a solar charger. You would need a data to MacGyver you up some type of charger to recharge the bag phone.
Well, they had,
but then he'll need to get
chargers in the 80s.
He'll probably need to get like, well, they won't
city.
work because you're at the cabin, and he'll probably need to get something out of the basement. Yeah, no.
So, yeah, forget about the cell phone then.
Mm-hmm.
Probably won't work anyway. Another one. You see, you're trying to escape the killer. You're already running away. All of a sudden, little Jimmy comes up to you. And you're like, wait. It was just the 5 of us here. Who's this kid? And he goes, I'm little Jimmy.
Yeah, you never trusted Jimmy in the first place.
Well, number 1, yeah, don't trust Jimmy. What's number 2?
Don't trust kids?
Don't trust the kids out in the cabin in the woods. Where'd they come from?
Yeah.
Why aren't their parents watching them? Yeah, don't trust any of them. So.
Don't trust kids. In general, I just don't trust kids.
In general, at all. So, yeah. I mean, what else you got?
We had the don't trust kids. If you don't understand it, don't read it out loud. We got that.
Was that it?
I think that was it. We got the whole list. Spoon friends, stay out of basements. No new friends. Charge your bag
friends
phone.
In basements if you have to.
Spoon friends in basement.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, one that we forgot. If any of your relatives show up that are dead or recently died, and they want you to come hang out with them in that cabin, said cabin. Negative. Or it's like, hey, grandma's here. Grandma died in 1980. Oh, it's 1985. Oh, that sounds like a good time. Don't do it. That's fair. It. That's fair.
That's a pretty comprehensive list. I think we really nailed that one.
I think it is too. What do you all think? Tell us. What would you add to survive a cabin in the woods?
Bring Cheetos?
Not you, the listeners.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought
we already went over it. So yeah, let us know in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, put it in the comments below. If you're in our Discord, which we highly encourage you to be in the Discord anyway, put it in the episode discussion.
There's a whole channel for that.
So far, yeah, there is. So far, it's mostly Shoaf and Banner who give us the most input, and Kinetics. I'd like to see some more input because we know how they.
We want some effort, people.
Well, give us some effort. So B-Rob tells me at work, but no one else can see that. He also tells me I'm pretty and special, but no one knows that. He pets my hair and tells me I'm pretty.
Well, B-Rob loves you.
Well, thank you. You don't believe that, do you?
I do. I think he does. He just doesn't want to admit it yet. He would spoon you in a cabin.
He would.
Mhm.
And you know what? I'd make sure it's in the 2000s where there's video evidence.
Mm-hmm. Snap.
Wait, hold on.
You are being recorded.
Yeah. It's like, where?
Wait, what? Just need that as a little
Just
sound
spoon.
button.
A spoon. So with that, this has been Every Man's Guide to Nerddom. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle, and wherever you guys are, have a great morning, nighttime, daytime, whatever time it is, wherever you are, and please be spooky to each other and spoon each other for that
Spoon
matter.
each other.
It's for
Stay
survival.
fresh. Stay fresh. Spoon bags.
Nerd
See ya.
culture rise up. It could get elevated. Nerd culture rise up. It could get elevated.